Listen up. This is something most people never talk about, but it's everywhere you look. Fear isn't just a feeling, it's a force, quietly shaping the course of our lives, often without us even realizing it. Over 80% of people let fear hold them back from the life they want. That's not just a statistic, it's a silent epidemic, affecting people from all walks of life every single day. That's 8 out of 10 people you pass on the street, weighed down by invisible chains. You might not see it, but it's there, in the hesitation before a decision, in the dreams quietly set aside, in the words left unspoken. Fear is calling the shots, killing dreams, stalling goals, and stealing happiness. It whispers doubts, magnifies risks, and convinces us that staying put is safer than reaching out for more. Imagine all the books unwritten, businesses unstarted, and love stories that never began, all because of fear. Think of the art never created, the adventures never taken, the friendships never formed. Fear is a dream killer, a thief that steals your future one what-if at a time. It feeds on regret and grows stronger every time you let it win. It convinces you to stay small, to play it safe. It tells you that comfort is better than courage, that the sidelines are safer than the spotlight. But is that really living? Is a life spent hiding from your own potential truly a life at all? Deep down, you know the answer. You weren't put here to hide your gifts under a blanket of fear. The world needs what only you can offer, your ideas, your voice, your unique spark. You were designed for greatness, not mediocrity. You have the power to rise above, to break free from the limits fear tries to set. Everyone feels fear, even the people you admire. The difference isn't that they're fearless, it's that they choose to act anyway, to move forward despite the butterflies in their stomach. The difference? They don't let it cage their ambitions. They refuse to let fear dictate the terms of their lives. They turn fear into fuel. Every doubt becomes a reason to try harder, every setback a lesson to grow stronger. Today, I'll show you how to do the same. Together, we'll learn how to face fear head-on and use it as a stepping stone instead of a stumbling block. It's time to stop being a passenger in your own life. No more letting fear drive your decisions or keep you stuck in place. Get in the driver's seat. Take control of your story, your choices, your future. Let's break fear's grip, starting now. This is your moment. Let's step forward together. Meet Maria. She's like so many of us, someone with a quiet dream tucked away in her heart, waiting for the right moment to bloom. Maria's story isn't just about baking, it's about the courage to chase what truly matters, even when doubt whispers louder than hope. She dreamed of opening a bakery, a place filled with the warmth of fresh bread and the laughter of happy customers. She could almost see her name on the sign, smell the cinnamon in the air, and hear the bell above the door ring as people came in for her famous pastries. Armed with her grandmother's cherished recipes and a passion for baking that lit up her soul, Maria spent countless evenings perfecting her craft. Each loaf and cookie was a tribute to her family's legacy, a piece of her heart shared with every bite. Everyone told her she had a gift, that her treats brought joy and comfort. Friends raved about her cakes, neighbors asked for her secret, and her family beamed with pride at every gathering. But fear kept her frozen. The thought of stepping out, of risking failure, made her heart race and her hands tremble. A voice in her head whispered, "What if you fail? What if people laugh? What if you lose everything you've worked for?" Those doubts grew louder with every passing day. That voice drowned out encouragement, muffling the cheers of her loved ones and the gentle nudges from friends who believed in her. So, she locked her dream away, tucking it into a box marked "Someday," and tried to forget the ache of longing. Maria stayed in a job that paid the bills but starved her soul. Each day felt the same, gray, predictable, and safe, but empty. She wouldn't even write a business plan, too afraid to make it real, too scared to see her dream in black and white. Her dream faded day by day as the calendar pages turned and the years slipped quietly by. Then, one evening, her grandmother sat her down in their cozy kitchen and asked, "Are you more afraid of failing or of looking back in 20 years and wondering, what if?" That question hit hard, echoing in Maria's mind long after the conversation ended. Suddenly, regret was scarier than failure. The idea of never trying, of never knowing what could have been, became unbearable. That shift sparked something inside her, a tiny flame of determination, flickering but growing stronger with every thought. The fear of missing out on her dream became bigger than the fear of failing. She realized she owed it to herself to try, even if the path was uncertain. That's when Maria decided to fight back. She took a deep breath, put on her apron, and stepped into the unknown. She took her first step, no matter how small, writing down her ideas, making a call, or simply daring to dream out loud. Sometimes, the fear of regret is the push we need. It's the spark that turns hesitation into action and dreams into reality. So, what about you? What's holding your dream hostage, and what would it take to set it free? Maria's story isn't unique. We all build invisible walls. We tell ourselves, I'm not a public speaker, or I'm too old to change careers. These are limiting beliefs, stories we treat as facts. Most come from childhood, past failures, or what others told us. But they're just opinions, not universal truths. The good news? You wrote the story so you can rewrite it. Tear down those walls brick by brick. Start by noticing the stories you tell yourself. Challenge them. Says who? Where's the proof? Most of the time, the evidence is flimsy. Recognizing these walls is the first step to breaking free. You have the power to build a bridge to your dreams. Limiting beliefs are like dirty sunglasses. They distort your view of the world, making everything seem a little less bright, a little less possible. You might not even realize you're wearing them, but they color every experience, every opportunity, and every challenge you face. These beliefs act as invisible filters, quietly shaping your reality and influencing the choices you make, often without your conscious awareness. They're the "I can't" and "I'm not" statements on repeat in your mind. Maybe you hear yourself thinking, "I'm not smart enough," or "I can't handle failure." These thoughts become a soundtrack, playing quietly in the background, holding you back from taking risks or trying new things. They sound like common sense, but they're just mental habits, patterns of thinking you've picked up over time. Sometimes they're so familiar that you mistake them for facts, when really they're just stories you've told yourself again and again. For example, "I need a lot of money to start a business" sounds smart, but it's a dead end. It shuts down creative thinking and stops you before you even begin. It's a belief that keeps you stuck, looking at obstacles instead of possibilities. A better belief might be, "Starting a business takes resources, so I'll find creative ways to begin." This opens up your mind to new solutions, encourages you to seek help, and reminds you that resourcefulness can be just as valuable as money. Limiting beliefs often come from childhood, bad experiences, or society's expectations. Maybe someone told you that you weren't good enough, or you failed once and decided never to try again. Sometimes it's just the pressure to fit in and not stand out. But here's the truth. A belief is just a thought you keep thinking. It's not set in stone, and it's definitely not permanent. You have the ability to question it, challenge it, and let it go. You can break the habit and choose a new, empowering belief. It might feel strange at first, but with practice, you can replace old patterns with thoughts that lift you up and move you forward. Replace the old story with one that opens doors. Imagine what you could do if you believed in your own potential, even just a little more each day. You have the power to change your mind and your life. Every time you challenge a limiting belief, you take a step toward a future that's bigger and brighter than you ever imagined. Don't let old beliefs dictate your future. Start questioning them. Ask yourself, is this really true? Who would I be without this thought? Choose beliefs that serve you, not limit you. Pick thoughts that encourage growth, resilience, and hope. Your new story starts now. The next chapter is yours to write, so make it one filled with possibility. Here's where you take action. Name your fear. Fear thrives in the dark, so shine a light on it. Don't just say, "I'm afraid of starting a business." Get specific. Write down exactly what you're afraid of. Losing savings, criticism, bad reviews. When you list your fears, they shrink from monsters to manageable problems. Each problem has a solution. For Maria, starting small or talking to her family were solutions. Naming your fear moves it from emotion to logic. You realize you can survive the worst-case scenario. The fear starts to lose its power. It's no longer a lion, it's just a cat you can shoo away. Take that first step. Write your fear down. See it for what it is. You can handle more than you think. Don't let vague fear control you. Name it and you can tame it. That's how you start to win. Once you've named your fear, put your limiting belief on trial. Ask, is this belief 100% true? Usually it's not. Find real-life examples that prove otherwise. Next, ask, what has this belief cost me? Missed opportunities, lost joy. When you see the price, you realize it's not worth holding on to. Finally, imagine who you'd be without that belief. What would you do differently? This shifts your focus from fear to action. The life you want is on the other side of that belief. Start questioning. Your freedom begins there. Now, take action. But don't aim for a giant leap. Start small. Prove your limiting belief wrong with a tiny step. If you fear public speaking, speak up for 15 seconds in a meeting. Record a 1-minute video for yourself. The point is to do something, however small. Small steps build momentum and confidence. Each action is a vote for your new belief. Want to be healthy? Start with a 10-minute walk. Tomorrow, drink an extra glass of water. These small votes add up, drowning out old beliefs. You're not just wishing for change, you're building it. Every step counts. Action breaks the cycle of fear and procrastination. You become the person you want to be, one step at a time. Start now. Your future self will thank you. Picture two roads. One is smooth and safe, but it's a cage. The other is uncertain, winding, and a little scary, but it leads to freedom. The safe road keeps you small, repeating the same routine. The other road requires courage, but it's where growth happens. The first steps are hard, but the journey is worth it. You discover new strengths, meet inspiring people, and see breathtaking views. Most importantly, you learn you're stronger and more resilient than you thought. Fear doesn't disappear, but your courage grows. On the other side of fear is freedom. Freedom to be yourself, to pursue your potential. The discomfort of facing fear is a small price for a life of purpose. You choose comfortable confinement or courageous freedom. The choice is yours. Don't let fear dictate your path. Step onto the road less traveled. That's where your true life begins. We've talked about fear, limiting beliefs, and the steps to break free. But knowing isn't enough. You have to act. This is a lifelong journey of growth and courage. Fear will show up again, but that's normal. The goal isn't to eliminate fear, but to move forward anyway. Your dream was given to you for a reason. The fear you feel means your dream is big enough. Don't let fear silence your song or keep your gift hidden. The world needs what you have to offer. So what's one small step you can take today? Write down your fear, make that call, sign up for something new, just start. Join our community, keep learning, and let's turn fear into fuel together. Your future self will thank you for the courage you show today. Now go get what's yours.